Those who have tuned into the Duggar family's reality TV shows since the beginning practically saw Jim, Bob, and Michelle's 19 kids grow up on their screens. In the 19 Kids and Counting spin-off, Counting On, their older kids entered into courtships, married, and started welcoming children of their own. Jessa Duggar and her husband, Ben Seawald, were among the first, and fans can't believe how grown-up their son, Spurgeon, looks in a rare video update. To recap, Jessa and Ben started courting in September 2013 before getting engaged in August 2014 and saying "I do" that November. They now share 5 children. Spurgeon was born in 2015 and another son, Henry, arrived in early 2017, followed by daughters Ivy in 2019 and Fern in 2021, and a third son, George, in December 2023. On October 26, Jessa took to Instagram with a video update featuring her kids and a new venture in the kitchen. "Trying my hand at the old sourdough," she captioned the post. "I'd already have a fan club of 6, so I think I'll be doing it again. We're all having seconds. Boo bye. Mim, sourdough," Spurgeon, who turns 9 on November 5, said from behind the camera to start the video. As Jessa cut into a fresh loaf, the 9-year-old said, "Can't wait to dig into this, looks so good." He added, "We're using Kerrygold butter, our favorite," while his mom spread the butter on a slice of bread. "Okay, Ivy, how does it taste?" Spurgeon asked his 5-year-old sister, to which she replied, Mem. Clearly enjoying the bread. "Gonna try some sourdough," Spurgeon said in a sing-song voice before biting into a slice of his own. "Oh my goodness, super good," he said after taking his first taste. As his mom stepped into view and tasted the bread, Spurgeon added from off-camera, "In fact, I think this is the best sourdough I've had." "Well, best ever sourdough," Spurgeon echoed. "And my baby brother, George, is going to try some himself. Let's take a look." The scene then cut to George, 10 months, sitting in a high chair while enjoying tiny bits of bread with no crust. "All right, see ya later. Bye-bye," Spurgeon concluded before comically popping back in to add, "We're all having seconds, bye-bye." Jessa's Instagram followers were floored over how mature Spurgeon seemed in the video. One person wrote, "Yum. Spurgeon is looking so grown up." Another agreed, commenting, "Love hearing Spurgeon talk, growing up so fast." While someone else shared, "Those babies have grown up on us? Spurgy." Other Instagram users couldn't help but point out how much Jessa and her eldest son look alike. One declared, "Spurgeon is literally a splitting image of his mama. Beautiful family." A different IG user commented, "Spurgeon looks, sounds, and speaks just like his mama." Counting On alum Jessa Duggar has been celebrating his marriage to Maddie Grace. The two tied the knot in a fall-themed mountain wedding on October 3rd. Since then, they've been documenting their lives as a newlywed couple. However, many fans were surprised when one of Jason's siblings shared that they broke a long-time family rule during the nuptials. Keep reading to see what it was. One of the latest updates from Jason was his romantic dinner date with Maddie Grace to celebrate her birthday. "Happy birthday to my gorgeous wife. I love you always and forever," the Counting On alum captioned. The two did a handful of activities during the special day, but it seems they have yet to fly to Italy, like what was hinted at their wedding reception. Maddie and Jason are the newest couple in the family to tie the knot. Many were also surprised by how fast things happened between the two. It even created speculations that Maddie Grace may have been pregnant, which may explain their early wedding. This comes after the two announced their engagement with a hashtag that says, Spring 2025, making fans think they were supposed to exchange vows next year. Jana and Jeremy recently released a new podcast episode in which they talked about Jason and Maddie Grace's wedding. According to the Counting On alums, the newlyweds may have broken a long-time family rule during their nuptials, and it's none other than dancing. Jana revealed that the dance floor was almost empty as nobody from their family knew how to dance. I mean, not no one, some of the siblings, some of them have done dance lessons, and some of the bridesmaids. But it's not part of the culture at all, and so it just was interesting. That was an experience, she added. Jason and Maddie Grace later stepped on the dance floor and began showing their moves. This poor DJ had to be so confused as to what was happening. Beautiful first dance and then daddy-daughter dance. And then they opened the dance floor and he was playing hits, Jeremy added. Regardless, it seems Jim, Bob, and Michelle are no longer as strict when it comes to dancing. Joy-Anna and Austin even made headlines earlier this year for taking dance classes with John David and Abby. Maddie Grace and Jessa Duggar have yet to share major updates since tying the knot. There are speculations that the two would still live in Arkansas. However, it seems Jason will have to face some problems before focusing on their new home. He's currently facing fraud for allegedly using a fake phone number for his construction business. The ongoing national fascination with the Duggars is complicated. Admirers of the 19 Kids and Counting clan point to their traditional values and faith in God, while their many detractors have strong feelings about the Duggar family's ultra-strict religion. Parents Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar belong to the Institute in Basic Life Principles, which imposes a highly restrictive dress code on its members. Women are forbidden from wearing pants or any clothing that shows skin above the knees or below the collarbone. Even a long necklace or a too-low pattern top is considered an eye trap that draws attention away from the face and could potentially lead a man to lustful thoughts and deeds. Suffice it to say, a lot of woman-shaming goes on in the IBLP. Men have a little more leeway, but they're still expected to dress modestly, chests covered, and absolutely no shorts, sleeveless shirts, or anything tight-fitting. As the Duggar children married and moved out of the big house, they began to flout the wardrobe rules they'd grown up with. As Jinger Duggar-Vuolo confirmed in her book, The Hope We Hold, after studying the Bible in depth, she never found a passage specifically forbidding women from wearing pants, via People. Her adult siblings have followed suit, proving that being a good Christian doesn't necessarily mean living in floor-skimming skirts. When the Duggars first began publicly showing off their new wardrobes, social media followers lost their minds. They're showing their knees? Is that a bathing suit? The Duggar girls are rebelling. Now, it's not even newsworthy to see them in slacks or jeans. Controversy over their other clothing choices, however, rages on. We may never see a Duggar in a string bikini, but they've worn outfits and accessories that we never would have seen on TV. Ready to see their wildest ensembles. Daughters Jill Duggar-Dillard, Jinger Duggar-Vuolo, Jessa Duggar-Seawald, and Joy-Anna Duggar-Forsyth waited to trade their long skirts for jeans until after they had tied the knot, and even then only after praying and discussing the matter with their husbands. The youngest sisters, Johanna, Jennifer, Jordan, and Josie Duggar, still keep to the family rules on modest clothing despite being teenagers. The one exception among the 9 sisters is eldest daughter Jana Duggar-Wissmann, who began following her own fashion sense when she was still single and living on her parents' property. In 2020, she posted a picture on Instagram showing herself in a tank top that Jana would never have dared wearing as a child. From there, Jana's gallery has included glimpses of her in jeans, leggings, running shorts, and more arm-bearing tops. Jana's August 2024 wedding to Stephen Wissmann was similarly daring. Her beautiful gown was also an eye-trap bonanza with its deep portrait neckline, lack of sleeves, and low-cut back. But judging from the delighted smiles on her parents' faces, they had no qualms about seeing their daughter showing a little extra skin on her special day. The Duggars certainly aren't shy about sharing their religious convictions. When they were first approached to star in the Discovery Health film that would help launch 19 Kids and Counting, they saw it as an opportunity to make a statement about their anti-birth control stance. The Duggars Church group urges married couples to welcome as many children as God sees fit, hence the 19 kids. We said the only way we would do the documentary is if they did not edit out our faith, because that is the core of our lives, Michelle Duggar wrote on the family website. But their willingness to wear their Christianity on their sleeves, quite literally, has drawn equal amounts of criticism and praise. Take, for instance, the t-shirt that Jessa Duggar opted to wear on a 2019 group outing to the Silver Dollar City theme park, which you can judge for yourself above. Some fans gushed over it and even inquired as to where they could pick up one of their own. Maybe we need to think about those things we need to change and do better in our life, mused one follower on Instagram. Others found it slightly too preachy, with one arguing, "What a morbid t-shirt. Nothing says fun day out like death on a shirt." Another also pointed out, "I know some lovely people that are supposedly damned who are way better people than some supposedly saved people are." In October 2021, Jessa Duggar caused an online commotion when she shared the above photo of herself with husband Jeremy Vuolo, as the couple was getting ready to go trick-or-treating with their daughters. Some of her fans disagreed though. "That's a pagan holiday. I'm surprised Jeremy doesn't know that, as a preacher," one follower clucked on Instagram. "Nothing about Halloween is ok," scolded another. "I don't support it and don't stand for it." Such an easy target to open unwanted spiritual doors. Others took a lighten-up stance and praised the Vuolos for enjoying the holiday in a family-friendly way. Jessa announced she's pregnant with her third child in 2024, so maybe she'll don a cute pregnancy costume. Like her sisters, Jill Duggar began wearing pants and shorts only after plenty of soul-searching and Bible study. She has also dabbled in other style choices that were forbidden when she lived at home. Among them, the nose ring she got several years ago. Dad Jim Bob Duggar was totally opposed. "He pleaded with me not to do it," Jill wrote in her explosive memoir, Counting the Cost, explaining that her father even accused the former reality star of being a bad influence on her younger sisters. As Jill revealed, "He told me I was making a huge mistake. He said I was ruining my life." Undaunted, Jill has kept her piercing and is rarely seen in skirts. She even wore pants to her brother Jason's wedding in October 2024. Her next big move might be to add some ink. On her Instagram account, Jessa shared, "Sometimes I write Bible verses in Sharpie on my hand to remind me of truths from Scripture." It wouldn't surprise us if Jill decided to go under the needle to make one of those verses permanent, and she wouldn't be the first family member to do so. Other Duggars have sported tattoos over the years, including cousin Amy Duggar King and Jill's brother-in-law, Jeremy Vuolo. The disgraced TLC star is serving a 12-year sentence in a Texas federal prison. And thus far, all his attempts at parole or a new trial have been unsuccessful. By the time Josh is allowed to put his civvies back on and resume life on the outside, the oldest of his 7 children will be 25, while his youngest will be almost a teenager. Madison Duggar was born when Josh was still on trial. It's worth noting that before his arrest, Josh, too, kept to his recommended guidelines for clothing. Will all that time behind bars change his opinion of modest attire? Might he rebel by wearing muscle shirts and cutoff shorts, or even dare to appear at a public pool in nothing but swim trunks? We'll just have to wait and see. When Jessa Vuolo published her memoir Becoming Free Indeed, Duggar family followers were disappointed. They had hoped for a scathing tell-all about the famous family. Jessa completely avoided talking about her parents. Her sister, Jill Dillard, was willing to do the talking in her own memoir though. Jill's bravado may have helped Jessa come out of her shell just a bit. The mother of 2 is set to release a second book next year. In the meantime, she's making appearances on podcasts. In a recent podcast appearance, Jessa spoke more about her family's religious beliefs. She revealed why the Duggar family feared adoption despite being the legal guardian of a minor family member for several years. Jessa and Jeremy Vuolo appeared on the Unplanned podcast last week. The couple chatted with hosts Matt and Abby Howard about their courtship and life together. But they also delved into Jessa Vuolo's upbringing with the Duggar family. In one shocking revelation, Jessa revealed that the ultra-conservative Christian ministry she was raised in was completely against adoption. She explained that Bill Gothard, the ministry's now disgraced leader, told his followers, including the Duggars, that adoption should be avoided as it allowed generational curses into the home. Duggar said there were concerns that you didn't know what curses a child would bring into your home because of the sins of their parents or grandparents. Duggar was careful not to name the Duggar family as people who were completely against adoption. Still, it is easy enough to read between the lines. The Duggar family followed Bill Gothard's teaching to the letter. They dressed as he wanted, wore their hair as he wanted, and taught the disgraced ministry leader's beliefs to their 19 kids. It is easy to see that since adoption was verboten in their circles, her parents would be against it too. Duggar Vuolo's revelation about the ministry's thoughts on adoption might surprise some Duggar family followers. Several Duggar offspring have claimed to have an interest in adoption in the past. Jim, Bob, and Michelle even served as a legal guardian for a family member for several years. The couple took in Michelle's great-nephew, Tyler Hutchins, in 2016 after his previous legal guardian suffered a medical complication and was unable to care for him. Tyler appeared on the family's reality TV show, traveled with them extensively, and seemed to fit in well with Jackson Duggar, the family's youngest son. Jim, Bob, and Michelle relinquished custody of Tyler in 2023. According to court documents obtained by the U.S. Sun, he returned to his grandparents, Carolyn and John Hutchins, months before official paperwork was filed. Carolyn Hutchins is Michelle Duggar's sister. It is unclear what prompted the custody change and who decided it best for Tyler to return to his grandparents.